What's up, everyone? Welcome to Friday's 11:15 a.m. Unravel. It's Friday, it's the last day of the week, and now it's our last time for Unravel to kind of work on our body and our mind, kind of get ourselves prepped for the rest of the workday, maybe set ourselves up for some success, can't speak, for this weekend, or maybe to kind of get our bodies prepped for full body blasts and abs, all right? So we're going to go ahead and get started since we don't have much time. So wherever you're at, I just want you to kind of like wiggle your toes, move your feet, you just kind of move your fingers and your wrists around, kind of roll your shoulders forward and back, just kind of relax that body a little bit, settle into where we're going to be for the next 15 minutes. And then we're just going to go ahead and start with some standing T-spine rotations. So we're going to look over our left and we're going to pivot on our back foot, always remember that, and you kind of keep your arms level with your chest. And just make sure when we rotate, we try to get our shoulders separated a little from our hips, all right? So we're just going to go 5 each way. So just go ahead and rotate, and you can kind of hold it back if you want. So we got 1, and 1, 2, and 2, 3, and 3, 4, and 4, 5, and 5. All right, next we're just going to go into about 3 rounds on each side, 6 total. We're going to go into a forward fold, so we just kind of bend over slowly, try to get our hands to our toes, open up our low back and hamstrings, but then when we come up, we're going to go into a lateral reach combo, all right? So go ahead and stand tall. And take a deep breath in. Exhale. And just nice and slow. Not as slow as a Jefferson curl, but slow enough to where we have some control. And then come down to the bottom. Just spend a couple moments here. And we're going to come up nice and slow. And then when we get up to the top, we're just going to reach up and over with our right arm. And return. Big breath in again. Exhale, nice and easy. Fold down to the ground. Then come back up nice and slow. And we reach up and over with our left arm. We got 2 more on each side. Big breath in. Exhale. Nice and easy here. Slide down to the ground. Come back up nice and slow. Then reach up and over with our right arm. Good bend of that lateral aspect on the right side. And return. Big breath in again. Exhale. Come down to the ground nice and slow. Each time try to get a little bit further, a little bit closer to the ground. Come back up. Nice and easy here. Reach up and over with the left. We got 1 more on each side. Big breath in here. Exhale. Come down to the ground. These last 2 should be the furthest you go down on the stretch for today. Come back up. Reach up and over with that right arm. Kind of push those hips to the side a little bit. And return. Last one. Big breath. Exhale. Come down to the ground. Nice and easy. Come back up. Slow and controlled. Then reach up and over with that left arm. All right, so next, we're just going to widen our feet out. All right, kind of in a standing straddle. So I want a little bit of a stretch going on the inside of your legs, so your adductors. And so what we're going to do now is we're just going to kind of go through a few cycles of standing straddle, but we can call it a 3-way standing straddle. So all we're going to do is we're going to come over, bend over to the ground. You're just going to kind of hold it for a moment. If you want to go a little bit wider, you go a little bit wider. And then you're just going to walk your hands over to your right foot. Hold it for a couple moments. Walk your hands back to the middle. And walk over to the left. And if you're unable to get your hands on the ground when you do this, then all you're going to do is just you're going to kind of come back up to standing with your feet wide still. We're going to walk back to the middle. And just each time I walk to a foot, then just go ahead and bend over and try to touch that foot or the ground area over there. And then come over to your right, hold it for a couple moments, come back to the middle, and back to the left, hold it for a moment, back to the middle. Then we're just going to go one more time through here, to the right, hold it for a moment, and back to the middle. And then we're going to go back to the left for a moment, back to the middle, and then slowly you're just going to walk your feet back in, come back up to standing. And then from here, we're just going to go ahead and make our way to the ground. We're going to go through a couple cycles of cat-cow here, just kind of open up that upper back a little bit, our thoracic and cervical spine. So go ahead and make sure you put your hands right underneath your shoulders, and your knees underneath your hips. So we're going to do some basic cat-cows, and then we're going to go into an extended arm variation, all right? So, big breath in. Exhale. Eyes look back at the knees. That spine reaches up to the ceiling. Then come into cow. Take your belly button to the ground. Hips go up. Eyes go forward. Hold it for a couple moments. Really feel that spine opening up and return to neutral. Make sure we're moving our hips with our spine as well. So big breath in. Exhale. And reach. And then go into cow. Eyes come up. Nice and easy here. And return to neutral. We got one more here in the base. So big breath in. Exhale. Reach that spine up. Hold it for a couple moments. And go into cow. Eyes go up. Belly button to the ground. And then come to neutral. So now what I want you to do is you're going to think about moving your hands out in front of you about one hand length away from where it was originally. So that position under the shoulder. And so we're just going to go through 3 cycles of the same thing here. So we're going to go big breath in. Exhale. Reach that spine again. Then go into cow. So you might notice it just kind of changes the focal point on your spine a little bit. And return to neutral. So big breath in. Exhale. Reach that spine up. And go into cow. So when we go into the cat position, it works a little bit higher on our thoracic spine. And then when we go into cow, it kind of works a little bit further down on our lumbar spine. And return to neutral. We got one more here. Big breath in. Exhale. Reach up. And then go into cow for one last time. And then come to neutral. So from here, we're just going to widen our knees just a little bit. And then we're just going to go into a seated saddle for a moment. So we're going to be here for about 1.5 minutes. So if you want to grab a towel or pillow or something next to you to kind of cushion between your calves and your hamstrings, to kind of lift you up a little bit, by all means, go for it. Otherwise, we're going to allow our knees and our quads to open up for a little while. And then if you want, the further you sit back, the more you're going to kind of work into it. But it's just a nice, easy, passive stretch. It opens up our hip flexors, quads, our knees, our ankles, our shins. So just kind of like a nice decompression of the lower body here. So we got 1 more minute left. Just kind of sit here, focus on your breath. Just kind of let your joints, body open up, kind of feel that happening. We got 40 seconds. Just a few more moments. All right, we're gonna go ahead and come out of that one real quick. We're just gonna go a counter stretch. So we're just gonna go with our basic seated forward fold. So we were working on the anterior side there. Now we're just gonna get a small dose here with the posterior side. So once you get your feet out front, go ahead and sit tall with your torso. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Good if you can. Grab your toes. If you can, just let that chest fall into your knees. We got a minute and a half here. Seated forward fold. Just a nice little counter stretch to the saddle position. Going anterior to posterior, front to back of the body. Just kind of relax, let it open up. And we got one more minute left. Just go ahead and relax a little bit more. Get a little bit further into that stretch. Good, 20 seconds left, not too much. All right, go ahead and relax and come on up out of that. So we're gonna switch back around. We're gonna go hands and knees now. And we're gonna kind of go with another shoulder, upper back, lower back combo here. So what I want you to do, we're gonna go into puppy dog. Keep your hips high. Walk your hands out and drop your chest to the ground. And we're just gonna be here for about 10 to 15 seconds. So just a nice passive pose here. Work on the shoulders, upper back. We got a few more moments in it. And then go ahead and come up out of that. And all you're going to do, you're going to keep your hands out in front. We're going to drop our hips to the ground. Then we're going to go into a seal sphinx pose here. So we're just kind of working a little compression on that low back. And same thing, we're going to hold it for about 15 seconds. Then we're going to cycle through this 3 more times for today. So just a couple more moments. And then go ahead and take your hips back up. And you're right back into puppy dog. 15 seconds. And go ahead and come up out of that. Hands go out front, hips drop to the ground. You're going into that seal sphinx pose again for 15 seconds. And then come back up. We got one more round. Puppy dog. Just for a few moments. And go back into seal sphinx for about 10 more seconds. Keep that chest up, compression on that low back. And then we're just going to go ahead and come on up out of that. And everyone, that's going to wrap up Unravel for Friday. Thank you so much for taking 15 minutes out of your day to hang out with me. Hopefully that kind of helped your mind, body, made you feel a little bit more open, maybe help with a little bit of stress. Real quick, obviously we got full body blast coming up, so I'm going to be back in 5 minutes. But remember tonight, we no longer have strength flow 5:30 to 5:50 anymore. All right, we're going to be having equipped with myself from 5 p.m. to 5:20 or 5:25 p.m. Spacing on that right now. So be on the lookout for that if you attend the Friday evening classes. Everyone else, I will see you in 5 minutes. If you're unable to join us for today's lunchtime classes, I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you for your time, and I'll see everyone in 5 minutes. Thank you.